press conference, everything. Had about 10 reporters there. I didn't want to say.
So you can still talk. Did you think that was the first one to 100 tonight, Dan? And obviously that kind of fits your old style.
Well, that fits their style too. They were for a long time one of the leaders in scoring. So it's both our style. The winner was the fans. It's a hell of a game. You know, it's a fun game to watch, spectate, fun game to coach. So, you know, we just got the breaks toward the end a little bit. And, two teams that are that closely matched, and you get a little run toward the end of the game. Guess what? You win. So real happy with our defense second half, though. I thought. You know, they shot like, I think 30 and what they shoot 34 and 37 second half. And that was the difference. And Obina and Micah handled it. And although we had to piece that position together a little bit, but you know, Jacob and White and Goran came in and gave us a little bit of reprieve till we got them back in there. And then, you know, I thought defensively, Obina especially, but Micah too, kind of cut down a little bit on their scoring. We get a little burst from it. And, of course, Tavion, Andy, and just super good. And it went on a big ball game. It was a big ball game. It was fun.
Hey, Coach, a little bit more on Obina. So
Where you been? Where you been?
Hi.
Wow.
I've been running around.
You can't be a part-time reporter. You got to come all the time.
I'm not part-time. It's just me now. I have no help anymore. But so I'm just trying to keep balls in the air on my end.
keep it priority-wise. You know, we're number one on the list. Everybody else second.
Gotcha. But just more on Obina. Obviously, you have those 2 early fouls, you know, how to get called out. But then in the end, I mean, he was kind of the big playmaker, wouldn't you say?
Well, he made all his free throws, number one, which was unbelievable. I'm looking down at stats. And it says Louisiana and James Madison. I don't think that works. But, yeah, he made all his free throws. I think he missed maybe one and blocked a ton of shots. Rebounded, came up big, and that's the O that we're expecting. And he's played, I think that was probably his best game. And it's always good to be playing at the end of the year instead of the first of the year and then go the other way, you know. So kudos to him. He showed why he was state player of the year in West Virginia, and proud of him and happy for him that he was able to do that.
So Dan, you guys now control your own destiny. It's in your hands, and that's all you want, right?
Don't say that. Don't say that. You know, you're right. You go down to ODU. What is a rival? You know, they're playing better now. Early, they're later. They're coming on. So, boy, it's going to be a battle, especially after they're home. We got to get on the road 3 hours, drive bus down there. But you know, it does mean a lot. And again, I can promise the Marshall fans this. I promise you a win or a loss. But I'm going to say this: we'll have our best effort on the floor. How that works out, I don't know. But we're going to give it our best effort. Certainly would be good to go in with the number 1 seed.
And Coach, Tay's right there. I mean, creeping up on John Elmore. How big would that be if he ultimately does that?
Well, John came after the last ball game, and I got to see John, saw his daughter and his wife, and they sat for 30 minutes after the ball game. And John was a special player for me. We had a special relationship. So when I say this, I say it in jest, so don't walk out there. But I told, he looked at me, he says, make sure you take Tavion out more, man. He's catching me. He didn't really say that, but, you know, I love John Elmore, and he was a great player for Marshall. For anybody, really. And but Tavion is again a special person, and records are meant to be broken. You don't keep them forever. And the only one I think will be forever is Charlie Slacks. I don't think anybody will ever beat that rebounding record. But other than that, I think all records. So Marshall holds one, probably never be broken, and we'll just keep beating ours. So it's all good. It's all good. It's one player after the next. And the better Marshall is now, the better John gets, because everybody says, you played at Marshall. Wow. So it is good. It's all good.
Just one more from me, Dan. When you guys, you know, were able to secure that win, tough environment, late in the season, all that's on the line, It seems like it's the best time to gain some confidence as you head into this conference tournament coming up and whatever happens afterwards, right?
Well, I could give you the comment, oh yeah, they really helped. I don't know. That game's over. We're gonna have to do it again. I don't know what's gonna happen. I hope and pray that we got everything going, nobody gets hurt, we get the breaks that you got. There's so much involved in winning that to think you're gonna carry it from one game to the next, not sure. We beat Wichita State and came out and had a hard time with West Virginia. So, that type of run is you're on to the right. You're a Herd fan rooting for Herders or you're not. Win, lose, draw. You either are or you aren't. And you know what? You got a bunch of good guys playing for the university that play hard, give you a high level of basketball. And where that takes you, we'll see. I don't know. Is that
I'm
it?
good. Yeah.
Pizza time.